Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I thought that I would do a little wrap-up video and talk about my thoughts on version 2.6. I was just live semi-recently and watched it with chat, and now I'm doing the quickie version, okay, in case you want my thoughts in a condensed version that doesn't span an hour long. So as per usual, let's start out by watching the trailer. And then I'll kind of go through some highs and lows of the live stream. And what else to watch out for. Because we got a crazy drop last night, hours before the actual version preview happened this morning. So,
actors, take your positions. 3, 2, 1, action!
the new area looks really good. The music's great too. I was also pretty impressed with Rappa's, like the visuals of her attacks. Those are cool.
Like bananas within their peels, we can never break free of its encapsulation.
Finally, all preparations leading up to the climax are in place. Let us welcome
Also, there's a lot of monkeys.
Pacific final act.
Got a crisis? Roll party!
Also, DJ Robin.
Your name will
Not expected.
ideas, your convictions, and
Not surprising,
destiny.
but not expected.
Your ninja name belongs to you alone. So the decision is yours to make.
Dazzling Ninja reporting for duty.
Yeah. Alright. This seemed okay. More or less kind of a minor event to accompany the release of Rappa. It's like a music themed minigame event type situation, which I don't know that we've had that before. New 4-star light cone from the event. It's a destruction cone, which is interesting. It also features the new, I'm going to call him the antagonist for this particular chapter. I don't know if he's actually antagonist or if he just kind of lost his mind. Some situation like that. But it's a destruction light cone, which is interesting. The main reason it's not meant to go on Rappa, who is erudition. Because frequently in the past, we've gotten event light cones that accompany like the 4-star version light cone for the new main raid up character for that patch. But that is not the case this time. We see Sampo again. This is more or less just kind of submit these items, get these rewards type things. We've seen this in the past. They're just kind of easy jades for the most part. XP if you need it. These are similar fashion. They're like assignments basically. You send out characters, they come back with stuff. Again, very passive event type things. Nothing too big there. But I think that's okay. Because they also did announce a new Simulated Universe update. Unknowable Domain. There is some kind of hurdle lore that's happening with this domain too. So that's interesting, I think, for the most part. And it's got like a new battle system that kind of reminded me of an event that I think was happening in Penacony. I don't remember what patch it was, but I think it was at the arcade machine, and the object was to collect little sub items that, when combined, made a big item, and then that big item did like crazy effects. So it reminds me of that, but in like a bigger version, I guess. And this is where they go there. I mean, it's basically just combinations of different buffs again. So it's not something that we haven't seen before. It's just kind of repackaged in a different way. But during the live stream, there were some points where it was like just insane damage was happening from the buffs. And then we're also getting new ornaments, which is cool. We love that. I'm assuming this is an Erudition set. And I'm assuming that this is maybe... maybe Harmony? I would assume that these are meant for Rappa and Sunday. Rappa's obviously Erudition. Sunday is Harmony. Path of Uncertainty. I don't know. But that's just a hunch. The thing that they did not mention in this that I wanted to is that they are also updating Herta's Light Cone shop. And so that is going to give you an update that will allow you to basically get the event exclusive light cones previously that players may have missed out on. Those are going to be available to you now through the light cone shop, through Herta's store. So, further reason why, just after you clear out the shop outside of like standard tickets, don't use them. Just don't redeem them for standard tickets anymore. Just save them up, because you'll have things like this happen, and that's a good thing. So just keep saving them, I guess. Outside that, the live stream itself had I think it was okay. There was a portion at the end where they were rapping. That was interesting. But there was one section where like I had to mute the stream. And I have to assume it had to do with the strike that was going on. And some of the voices were not available, mainly Robin's. They were explaining the entire new area, but through the little paper bird cheeping noises, and it was literally just 5 minutes of reading text at the bottom, but hearing chirping sound. I had to mute the stream at some point. It was like halfway through it because I was like, I can't. I can't listen to it anymore. But, you know, obviously, I'm assuming it was because of the strike. And that was a relatively creative way to kind of like redirect it. I personally, since they obviously had ratio there, I don't know why they just didn't replace Robin's lines with ratios and just kind of like quickly rescript it to fit, you know, Ratio's style versus Robin's in terms of dialogue. But, you know, that is what it is. A minor complaint, not really that big an issue. But it was a lot of chirping for like 5 straight minutes. That was a lot. Don't do that again. That was bad. I love the creativity to cover for a situation, right, that would otherwise impede you from explaining the new area, but like, maybe just less chirps. Maybe less chirps next time. That might be good. So that was 2.6, but there's also this, obviously, right? Sunday is coming in 2.7. And then what we got dropped last night, So the thing I'm having a hard time understanding is how they're going to pivot from the Lofu to Penacony back to the Lofu, because this is obviously Tingyun, right? And we had Tingyun lore drops happening from Fei Zhao, and there was this whole Ruan Mei like found her ship, but then also Welt and Himiko, who showed up on the Lofu at the very end of the last patch, went on like a fossil delivery thing for Ruan Mei, and we never really got a follow up on that. It feels a little disjointed. So knowing that they have planned out like 5 years or so of the story in the game, I'm trusting that they are going to tell a cohesive story around this aspect that a lot of players are invested in. But it feels currently a little disjointed, and maybe a little jarring in the back and forth that we got going on. But the thing that I noticed here, I talked about in the live stream, like this is her past self, right? This is current Tingyun. It reminded me a lot of a scene out of there was Ruan Mei's teaser trailer where she kind of fell into a pool and then came out the other side. The Myriad Celestia trailer that she had. And it reminded me a lot of this, which obviously if Ruan Mei found her, then this makes some sense, right? But she is Fire Nihility, which I passed on Fox Guy because I was mostly looking forward to Fei Zhao after I saw her attacks. But this could be huge for dot teams, maybe, because I know Fox Guy, while I thought was going to be healing based in some context, turns out that was strictly speaking just a character detail. That he is a healer, but does not actually function as a healer. Maybe she's going to do something for Dot, whereas he kind of helped with ultimates. I don't know. Could be cool. So my radar is definitely on here. But as far as 2.7 goes, I'm definitely pulling for, everybody. And truth be told, probably like tones too. And I will also be pulling for Rappa and her light cone more than likely, unless I got something else in your edition that's cooking. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna wait for like a Braxmon video or something for that. But yeah, I made the comment that it's like it's hard to not be like super stoked about 2.6, knowing that 2.7 is bringing us these two. A lot of people invested in Sunday, and a lot of people invested in 5-star Tingyun. So 2.6 kind of feels like a filler patch almost, but it has a simulated universe expansion and a new area and a new character and story to go along with all that. So it's like, it's not really a filler patch. Dude, I'm so pumped. I love Star Rail so much. I'm excited for 2.6. I am also really excited about 2.7, given the characters that we have to look forward to there. So anyway, that's where I'm at. That is where I'm at. I am excited. I hope you are too. I will be doing the 2.6 story, I think next week, or no, not next week, the week after. I don't know, whenever it comes out. Probably like that Wednesday or something. So if you want to check that out, be sure to follow for the stream. But that's it for now. Let me know what you thought about the 2.6 live broadcast. If you actually have seen it yet. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.